Welcome, fans, Flebites, Lebatardians. I'm Nathan. He's Bryan, and Ty's busy being a dad. So you just got me and Bryan. How you doing, Bryan?
I'm good. I think we're more than enough. I think one of us is enough, but having two of us is like a double stuffed Oreo. You get the Oreo, you get the cream, and you get some more cream.
How do you approach a double stuffed Oreo? Because I'm rarely just eating one. I'm always peeling it apart and I'm doubling a double stuffed Oreo. And if I'm being honest, like I'm tripling a double stuffed Oreo, and I'm eating those other separate pieces separately. And then I am just enjoying a huge cream cookie.
That might be a record for how quickly you could get into this episode sounding insane, Nathan. You triple up a cookie that's already double stuffed?
That's a conservative estimate, honestly. I'm not ashamed to admit this while you're trying to make me feel shame about how I eat double stuffed Oreos. I've probably done 4 double stuffed Oreos in one go, maybe as high as 5.
Well, listen, what I will say is for someone who sextuplets the cream or octuplets, I don't know how you even do this with cream, but you look good. You look good for someone who puts that many cookies and cream in your mouth.
Thank you.
Me personally, I like licking the cream. I like licking the cream. I lick the cream off. I lick it off. I lick it off. I get it all in my mouth. And then I put the cookie back together, and then I eat the cookie.
Really? See, my way's better. So listen. See, right, you're enjoying the cream part first and then saving the cookie for last.
Yes.
Oh, see, I get the cookie part out of the way and then load it up with the cream. And then my final experience is just too much of the cream.
Do you have too much cream? I think you've showed that you can't.
I mean, people who follow me on Twitter know I have cinnamon toast creamy spread, which is about as good as you think it would be.
Once again, I still don't know how you keep this off. Unless this camera's crazy and your lower body looks Kyle Lowry-ish, you do a real good job of hiding the sugar intake, sir.
It's a little something I like to call Insanity Max.
Oh my God, what happened to that?
With Shaun T.
Shaun T. He's still alive?
Oh, he is. I love a good Shaun T workout.
Man, is the Asian lady who is always kicking ass in the front? Is she in this video too?
No, Shaun T is just Shaun T.
Okay.
So there's
not the okay.
My main, so I'm a Beachbody subscriber, as well as a Mike Ryan Super Follow subscriber, but
elitist.
My main go-tos are Shaun T and I think it's Autumn Calabrese. That sounds like a real name.
Oh, okay. So this isn't.
He does the 21-day fix.
Okay.
And I go 21-day fix extreme because that's how I live my life. As you can tell, I eat Oreos extremely. I work out extremely, and I super follow extremely.
If you follow Mike Ryan so extremely, and whatever, if you do this way, is Mike Ryan your favorite member of the Dan Le Batard Show?
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably have to say he's definitely one of the people that I enjoy listening talk on the show the most.
So he's like your MVP. Like if he makes the team.
Yeah. Okay. If we were to say do some sort of weekly show MVP, yeah, Mike Ryan would probably make a fair amount of appearances.
Listen, well, I like the way you think because minus the food choices, the food choices, I like the way you think. Let's not bi-weekly, but every time we're on the show, every time we brace the audience, the fans, the Flebites.
The Flebites, yes.
With our presence. Why don't
Fans.
we give why don't we give them our personal MVP from the last time they heard from us?
Hmm.
I'll go first.
I okay.
I'll go first
Let's
because
hear it.
this is easy. This is easy. None other than the B Greens, Brian's, aka Cousin B's MVP of the Dan Lebitard show currently is Billy Gill. I'll tell you why. I don't know about you, but last week,
Whoa, hold
oh,
on though. If you're gonna announce like an MVP, I need some fanfare
okay,
here. You can't
okay,
just be
okay.
saying there's an
Sorry,
MVP because
sorry.
Brian, I don't believe you because there was nothing to signal to me that this was something worth celebrating.
Brian's MVP for the Dan Lebitard show brought to you by the fan Lebitard show for the last week was Billy Gill. And here's
There
why.
you go.
Billy Gill's absence was greatly missed last week when he was spending his time on his vacation, on his cruise, on his time off. And what it did was it put us in a weird spot where I just felt like the show was lacking something. It was lacking something. And that something was Billy. It's not so much that Billy does a lot, but when he doesn't do anything, it's noticed. This is like an addition by subtraction, but in the opposite. Subtraction by addition. Addition. I'll figure out the math when I figure out the math. But my choice for MVP is Billy Gill. How about you?
There's a lot to choose from. Uh, you know, I really thought Chris Cody had a bang up week with he uncorked some really good impressions, which is expanding his wheelhouse. So I was very impressed with the week Chris Cody had. Also very impressed with Smetty dropping, a French lesson on us. Um, but you know what? I don't have an MVP because I have an MVSF. That's right, folks. The most valuable super follow. It's Mike Ryan for $2.99 a month. You can get like all this amazing. I've cooked what Mike has cooked. I've eaten what he's made. I've I've laughed with Mike. He super tweets this, and I'm one of the first people to comment on it, and he likes it so fast. I just know that he's liking it with a smile on his face. I've made Mike smile, you guys. How about that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like someone who sticks 18 Oreos together. Like that, we're gonna need to put you on an intervention. Not now, because I need someone to hold my hand through the super follow experience.
He almost got me a third time because because super followers know his vacation was great. There's a couple glitches here and there. And I reached out, said, "Do you need a third super follow?" And he responded and said, "Could you?" And I almost this close to giving him a third super follow. But instead, I just
Jeez.
created another Twitter ad for him.
So I'm all right. Enough of Mike Ryan right now, because we're gonna have all
Trust me, you can't get enough once you super follow. All right, when you get your eyes on that content, Brian, you're gonna be like, I can't believe I live my life without it. So you can say that now, but once you dig in, you won't regret it.
you mentioned Jess, and Ty just motioned from behind the windows over here that his MVP is none other than Smetty herself.
Mm.
And I think it goes without saying that we need to talk about that French 1 minute that she dropped on us. Did you know that she was this versatile?
I did not, and it was well. I mean, actually, she's been. I mean, impressions, covering different sports. Like I've been nothing but impressed. And that French F1 minute was like, it's one of the most impressive things that anybody on the show has ever done. Like, she did it quickly. I didn't detect like any stumbles in it. And I've been to France for like 10 days. So if she'd have made a mistake, trust me, I'd have known, Brian. Like, I haven't just been to Paris. I've been to Cognac. So I know a thing or two about French. Okay. So if she made a mistake, I'd have caught it, trust me. And it was flawless. So yeah, I was just really impressed by it, even just the level of difficulty of speaking another language and still in that minute in French, thinking about how to communicate what's happened, but also how to talk and use French phrases that would also be comedic for people that aren't like me, that haven't spent like 10 days in France, that don't know French that well, could still like pick up and understand. So very, very impressive.
Your coastal your coastal elitism oozes from your
Mm.
veins in your pores. It's you can't just say, "Oui, I've been to Cognac." Last night I drank cognac, but I've never
Mhm.
been to Cognac. I don't even know that there's a place called Cognac. You went to
What'd you drink
Paris?
there? You got
Come on, come on, it's your cultural correspondent. You know how to sip on some of
that
that. And
Henny?
dog.
Mm.
But no, it's listen, I'm glad someone who speaks French was able to validate her French claim because listen, I'm giving that 4 out of 5 baguettes just because I want her to strive for something else to achieve. Because I don't want to give her 5 out of 5 out the gate because she ain't got to do it again, right? She just walk away on some, I did it all, John Elway stuff and leave a champion. I'm thoroughly impressed with the fact that not only was she able to get it under a minute, there was mad time left, but I can maybe argue that just might be able to speak French better than she can speak English. Like that didn't seem
Mm.
like a second language to me.
Wow. Yeah.
Insane. Have you ever done something like insane in a good not well don't answer that. I see skeletons all
Yeah.
behind you. Have you ever done something insanely and amazing just like where you were like, yo, I did that?
Hmm.
While you think about that, I'll tell you
Okay.
something amazing I've done.
Let's hear it.
So your boy, I believe in love sometimes. I believe in it enough to get married. Cool. Right? You get
Wow.
married, you know what you got to do after that? You got to somehow get honeymooned, right? Yeah, verb or like
Mhm.
you heard that was a verb. So me and my wife and I, we decided to spend our honeymoon in the wonderful country of Japan, right? Yeah, we could have did the Bahamas, we could have did Cognac, we could have did all that, but we went to Japan because we wanted to ingratiate ourselves with a culture that's not like ours, right? Cool, let's do it. We hop on that 14 and a half hour flight. You know what it is. I ain't going to talk about
Mhm.
first class all the way. I mean, it wasn't, but
Wow.
for this story, let me stunt. So we hop on the plane, we get there, we break it out, whatever. Anywho, one day I'm like, you know what, babe, I want to go see the Thousand Gates. What's the Thousand Gates? The Thousand Gates. She's like, what's that? I was like, listen, let's hop on this bullet train, Shinkansen. We hopped on a bullet train, rode up to Osaka, took another train to Kyoto. We out here, we looking at the Thousand Gates. The Torii Gates, the orange
Mhm.
gates, where you're like, yo, that shit looks so, what did it look like? It looked so picturesque, so amazing, right? So we're looking at these gates, and there's a lot of people, bro. When I say a lot of people, I mean
It's
a
a thousand
lot.
gates. You would
Listen,
imagine it's gotta have a
right?
lot of people, right?
Imagine
Thousand
each
gates, like,
imagine each gate was a super follow tweet.
oh, whoa.
Exactly. Extrapolate that. So I'm like, I'm not feeling this, babe. Like, I want to enjoy this, but there's people all up on me. I'm a big dude, I'm 6'6". Like, I need to move, right? So you know what we did? I said, follow me. I took her off to the side, right?
You said super follow me, babe.
Ooh. And I'm like, yo, let's go this way. Tell me why our next 2 hours were spent on the back roads through villages, towns, cemeteries, shrine areas, climbing Mount Inari in Kyoto, Japan, to get to the top in a way that no foreigner ever
Mm.
has. I
Way
had
off in
spider web.
Kyoto.
I was like Christopher Columbus without the genocide. Like it
Mm.
was the way that I was exploring and I got us to the top, and she said, "Babe, you did that." And I was like, "I did. We did." So that was something amazing that I felt like I had to share with you because, we didn't go there with those plans. It's a honeymoon. We just about to chill.
Mhm.
But now, sometimes when amazing calls, you got to pick up the phone. You can't look at that and say spam risk. You got to pick it up and you got to be like, how can I help you? So you tell me, Nathan, you ain't got to compare because we all amazing in our own right. What was something you've done or something you do that's just like a whole F1 minute in French? Amazing.
Wow. You know, I think every day I do something amazing with my job. Every day, get up, pull myself out of bed by my bootstraps, you know, and visual joke there, pointing at my boot collection here.
A lot of boots, guys.
Yeah. Buy my bootstraps, different bootstrap each day. Tuesdays, brown bootstrap. Thursdays, gray bootstrap. Um, but yeah, I do that and I go and I got this room full of like 30 kids that need some educating,
Mm,
need some life lessons
mm,
from yours truly. And boy,
mm.
do I give these kids the what for when it comes to some life lessons, man. We're talking fractions, we're talking science, weather, the water cycle, we're talking grammar, like good, better, best. Um, and every day I come and I drop some knowledge on these kids, except in the summer when I'm off, except for now when I'm not off because I'm doing summer school
No days
and
off.
coming in.
No
Yeah, no,
days
that's
off.
right. No days off. And I'm coming in now and I'm dropping mad sports knowledge, teaching these kids soccer. And I'm not even good at soccer. I played 1 year of soccer and I'm teaching these kids soccer. And the best way to describe my soccer skills is I spent the whole time with my hands in my pants as a little kid and I got kicked in the face. But I'm still out here doing it and I'm teaching these kids. And I think that's pretty impressive. Pay the teachers. Am I right?
I listen. If anyone out there is hearing this, if anyone out there with an iota of power is listening to this man's plea, we
Yes.
need to increase the amount of financial compensation that not only Nathan as a teacher gets, but all teachers across the world
Mhm.
get. We need to pay the teachers so that they can afford things like multiple color bootstraps,
Yes.
seedless watermelon.
More bootstraps, please.
What else? What else would you if tomorrow we snapped our fingers and all of a sudden you getting 100,000 a year? What are you buying first?
The first thing is I'm buying something for my wife. Maybe a lovely Dyson Air wrap.
Dyson Airwrap. Actually,
Is it a Dyson wrap or a Dyson Air wrap, a Dyson air fryer?
listen,
What does
you
that
just
do?
just
It's nice though, right?
you just Google Dyson wrap and something will pop up expensive, right?
Mhm.
Um, and
That.
it's actually hilarious that you said that because we got a guest
What?
coming up. You heard me, a guest. And this person also talks about Dyson wraps, air wraps, Dyson Sphere, Dyson wraps. I wonder who it could
I
be.
think I think they have one.
Ah,
Tune in next week to find out.